make a girl a promise. If you know you can't keep it. They let me pick. Did I ever tell you that? Choose whichever Spartan I wanted. You know me. I did my research, watched as you became the soldier we needed you to be. Like the others, you were strong and swift and brave. A natural leader.
And welcome everyone to another Xbox Series podcast. Sorry we're running a little bit late. We've been having very deep, serious discussions, as you can tell from Gamzly's horrific smile. But we're pleased that you're all here to talk Xbox and things with us. Deadly Headley, been a week. How you been?
It has been a week. It's been a busy one. Again, surprise, surprise. But I'm good. Keen observers of the show may notice I have some new thing behind me, which is very exciting. My work very kindly got me a new chair, and it is comfortable as hell. So expect a more enthusiastic podcast appearance from me, as I'm more comfortable than I was this time last week.
I want that.
yeah.
What is it?
It is by, I don't know how to pronounce their name. I want to say Boolies, but I'm not sure. It's spelt like this. It's not sponsored at all, and I didn't even buy it. So, yeah. But it's nice. It's very, very nice. It is the Master Max chair, and it is designed for people who are exceptionally tall or large. I'm not necessarily large, even though I may be carrying a little bit more than I would like, but I am definitely really fucking tall. So, yeah, having a good time. It's got lumbar support. Very, very nice.
I have a crap
Shout out
chair
to
in my
work,
arse,
which I'm
so
not going
I'm
to actually shout out because I don't want to dox myself.
I'm massively envious that you have a fancy chair and I do not. I've got like a cushion on mine to try and make it slightly less uncomfortable than it is. It doesn't do enough. It doesn't do enough.
No, it
But-
doesn't. It doesn't. That's what I've been running to.
There is Xbox news. Don't worry, everyone. It's not a chair podcast. Before we get into it, though, let's talk to Jamzly. Jamzly, how's your week been?
Like, you listen, you little fuck. You already stop, man. Come on. You know, jam is delicious, by the way. What's your favorite jam? Is it Jamzly? Or is it like strawberry?
It's not
I
Jamzly,
like
I'm afraid.
chili jam. I really like it. Not on like everything, obviously, but like a chili jam in like a cheese toasty or just on a burger.
What the fuck is
any of that.
chili jam?
That's
It's
Deadly
jam
Head
made
is trying
with
to be
chili,
exotic.
Gamzly. We're not
That's
doing
what it
this
sounds
again.
like.
What do you mean trying to
Chili?
be exotic?
Okay, wait, hold on. Chili jam.
Gamzly,
I've never
it's
had
exactly
chili
what it
jam.
sounds like on the tin.
I've never had chili jam. Anyways, I'm
You should,
gonna check that
you
out.
should.
But
like
can I
jam,
ask
but spicy.
Asa a question before we start this beautiful show, like for real? Why can't you center my camera properly, Asa?
Oh, honestly, Gamzly,
Why can't you do it?
That's fair, actually. Do you know why it is? It's because you used to live in that prison cell and you were never centered. You are actually more central now, and I've never adjusted it since because I just don't care about you that much. But
Jesus.
you're right. I could work on that. I could make some improvements. But
know?
just for clarification, though, that wasn't before the show. We are actually already live.
What?
Wait,
You said you were
what?
going to ask before we started. Like, you didn't ask before we started, Gamzly. This is it. This is the real thing.
This is true. Do you remember that one time I did it and Asa was really mad at me?
I've never been
Yeah.
mad at
I
you,
hate all
Deadly
that.
Headley. It's not true.
Only-
That's not a true story.
Only when you're
Anyway,
playing fucking Last of Us. Anyways.
get it together, Jamzly. What you been up to this week?
Everything that isn't gaming. That's kind of weird. No, I've been busy with a lot of uncle stuff and taekwondo and all that. You know, I picked up outdoor running because I used to do treadmill running, but um, I do a lot more outdoor running with my girlfriend now. It's an
You got that
experience. It's
1
definitely
week
an
of summer that
experience.
you get in Canada. Is that nice?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Thanks, bro. God damn it. Anyways,
How is
in
your
our
summer
freaking,
in Canada?
I'm running.
actually?
It's actually quite
Sorry,
nice
there we
in
go,
Montreal.
what's up?
How dare you do? Well, anyway,
I'm
when I get
interested.
out
I
of
want
my
to move there.
igloo,
Sorry, bro. Carry on with your
you know,
running story.
when I could step out of my igloo and the sun is out and it's a little warm, I could take a nice little jog with my boots on. It's nice. No, the summers are nice in Montreal. We have a lot of festivals, as I said last week. I was in had a Oshiaga is a big festival in Montreal that, you know, we get a bunch of big singers to come and perform, and we spend like $300 a ticket to go see all this stuff for like 3 days. But yeah, no, we have a lot of cool stuff in Montreal in this time, so I'm enjoying it, including outdoor running, like I was saying. I picked that up, so that's nice. And I've been playing. I played all the. We're gonna get into it, but sneak peek is that I'm just rotating my live service games right now. You know, I'm not really playing anything new, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll get into that. So overall, good week. So far.
Wonderful. Let's get into it right now. Let's get
I'm eating a
into
fig roll.
what we've been
A
playing.
fig
You
roll,
are,
right?
yes.
Fig
Does
roll.
anybody in chat not know what a fig roll is? Because
It's a fig
it's
bar.
new to Gamzly, despite the fact that he's eating one right now.
Like a roll would be round, right? Right?
I got nothing for you, Gamzly. I got nothing for you. Let's
I would quite like to know how your week has been, Asa, before we move on.
No, we don't.
No, you don't. No, you
No, we
don't.
don't.
Fair enough.
Actually, we do. You know what, Asa?
Yeah, that's right, John.
How
We
are
are
you
doing more
buddy?
biscuit chat. This
No,
we're a
no,
biscuit
we're not.
podcast now. We've
we're
rebranded.
not.
We've
Get
not
kick
bothered
'em.
doing the stream
Tony.
yet, but it's coming. It's coming. We'll I'll get right on it.
Tony, please kick him out. I don't know, ban him, time him out. Anyways, yeah, Asa, what's up?
Desperate times. You're crawling to Tony's feet. He's not going to help you, Jamzly. He's not going to help you. Tell me what you've been playing.
He's gonna. No. How was your day or week? You know what? How was your day, Asa? Speak to me, you beautiful man. What's in your cup? Wine. That looks like a good time. You know what I mean? So it's a good day, right? It's a bad day.
Yes, I always
Wine
hit the
equals
wine
bad
on
day?
a good day, bad day, indifferent day. It was a day, Gamzly, and I have nothing interesting to pull from it. I really don't. So, Deadly Headley, you'll be more cooperative. What have you been playing?
So Ace has had the kind of day where he comes home from work and finds out that we've started a furniture/food podcast. So that pretty much sums up where Ace is at. I have been playing a couple of games this week, primarily Assassin's Creed Mirage, still playing through that. And I briefly jumped on to Mafia via Xbox Cloud, which felt pretty horrible in terms of latency when you're driving.
Mhm.
So yeah, jury's still out on how well that plays and how that feels, because it'd be nice to play that natively. And I still need to explore an Ethernet option for cloud gaming on my Fire Stick. Yeah, have you guys played Mafia? Do you know how it feels
Yeah.
when you're not playing via cloud? Does it feel
Yes.
horrible anyway?
Like in cloud? You're talking cloud specifically.
No, could I mean, if you tried it natively.
Oh no. It's
Okay.
it's pretty smooth, yeah.
Okay.
Well, especially on like modern hardware, pretty smooth.
Yeah, no, I need to try it out on my Series X, but yeah, on cloud, yeah, the driving's pretty horrible. So I'll look at that and see if I can improve the connection in some way. But yeah,
Stick on that for a second, because like I was saying, like there's certain days that like the Xbox cloud stuff works perfectly. I use it at my brother's work, right? And that's like the worst connection. But on certain days, it just really acts well, and I don't do anything differently. Like, we're not downloading anything crazy. We're not doing anything. It's just it's not very consistent. all the way through, all the time. It seems to be different every time I play this thing. Even if I'm playing the same game. For instance, I'm playing Creatures of Ava still through the cloud, and sometimes it'll run just super smooth, and sometimes just artifact everywhere. And again, I swear, no difference in download speed or whatever. It's just super inconsistent. Yeah, Mafia though. Do you feel like it's inconsistent game by game, but in the same genre? Like, have you played a game like that? Like, pretty
honestly,
quick-paced, or-
I haven't played on enough on cloud in the last couple of weeks to be able to answer that. To be fair, but I mean, when I play Still Wakes the Deep felt a hell of a lot better than something like Halo MCC did. But again, Halo MCC, I'm in a multiplayer environment, and unsurprisingly, got my ass handed to me there because the latency was horrific. Whereas Still Wakes the Deep, because it's a slower pace, it's more story based and more sort of interaction focused. It wasn't necessarily a problem.
Well, it should
Mafia
be
is
this.
the first game that I've played that has driving in it on cloud, and yeah, it's not great.
I'm not hugely like knowledgeable about this specifically, but like you'd have to bounce off servers for Halo too, right? It's like server and server, there's more disconnect there too, right? Because they're bouncing off
No, it's different. In
dedicated
theory,
servers or
well, in
Yeah,
theory, the
right?
dedicated servers are potentially hosted where you're playing the game. So you could play it
that's
on the
true.
cloud, and it would tell you you've got like near zero latency, but you've then got a leg of latency to get to your client where you're
Okay.
playing.
I get. All right. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Cool. Are you liking Mafia itself though, Deadly? Are you able to enjoy it?
So I haven't played a huge amount of it, but so far, yeah, it seems cool. I like the setting so far. The voice lines are really making me smile just across the board. There's just a big kind of 1930s mob vibe, which is exactly what you'd expect. I remember some one guy I was driving him in he was a taxi fare for me, and I accidentally hit a pedestrian because again, fucking input lag was horrific. It's just like you just drove over that poor bastard. It's a lot of that, and it's great.
It sounds like a get good situation, Headley. You know what I mean?
It's
I
get
don't
good
know if it's
internet.
the
Am I right?
latency.
No, I'm kidding. My
Okay.
internet's great. I'm just shit.
Oh my god! You're just blaming it on the latency, but you're like Asa driving Forza.
That's not even unfair. Like I deny it, but I do stream that game so people have seen how true that is. Yeah, it's a lot like
So
me playing
bad.
Forza.
It's so bad. Anyways, how
Yeah,
speaking
I
of
need-
Forza,
Come on.
Asa, have you been playing more community games? Have you been doing that stuff? Is that
Oh,
sort
what
of
did we play on the community games on the Sunday just gone? I'm sure we did. Oh, we did some Forza actually. Now that you mention it, we did some Forza Motorsport, which was the same. They've added a little bit of content. And they're quite regularly adding new cars and the odd new track here and there, and people still love that. It's very easy to just jump into some races and crash around the track in my case, but play a bit of that. And we did another Call of Duty session. So yeah, community games are still community games, and Game Pass is still a blessing when it comes to getting people together to play things. It's so easy to put out the call for games that people have access to get people together and play them. So that has been good. And I'm still working through Doom Eternal. I finished the campaign and then went on to the Ancient Gods DLC. And I still love it. And I also want to have a word with some of the combat encounter designers. Because you played Doom Eternal. Which designer? I don't actually know their names, Gamzly. I'll have a look through the end credits in a minute. No, so
Ace is just going to fly over and collar the poor bastard.
That's not what I meant. Whatever. Continue. I don't even care. Yeah, go ahead.
I play for like Doom Eternal's paced nicely, right? I still prefer 2016 over Doom Eternal just because I prefer the structure and the layout and simplicity of it. But Ancient Gods does what Doom Eternal does, but it just drags everything out slightly too long. So all of the encounters, they have like a ramping up difficulty within each encounter, but each encounter just takes an extra like minute on what you want. It ramps up the difficulty as you go, and if you do die, it's at the point where those encounters are a point of frustration because you've got to get through a pain in the ass massive wave of enemies before you get to the challenging bit, and then it doesn't necessarily feel as good to get through it.
Would
Still
you
love
say
Doom.
it's like tiring? It's tiring.
It
Is
gets
it
to the
frustrating
point.
or tiring?
It's not really tiring, but you feel that you've had enough of this room, you've had enough of this
Okay.
arena and this encounter, and then they put that bloody green eyes marauder out, and you've definitely had enough. And they put 2 of them in front of you, and it's like, if you kill me, I'm gonna have to go back to the start of this damn encounter. And it just sucks a little bit of the joy of the movement out of it to know that. But it's still brilliant. And if you haven't played the Ancient Gods DLC, a lot of people have played Doom Eternal because obviously that is on the Game Pass, and you can get the campaign and you can blast through it. DLC was added on, and it is the culmination of the Doom story, so it's well worth getting into despite my frustrations with some of the encounter design. And I finished Ancient Gods Part 1, and I've got Part 2 to go, which I haven't started yet. So
Yeah, I didn't do part 2, but that game is freaking amazing. Have you, speaking of Doom, did you hop into like the what is it, Doom 1 and 2 came out on the service as well? Did you hop
for
into the retro
about
stuff? Well,
12 seconds I did. For about 12 seconds I did, and I decided actually I'll come back to that one a bit later. I'll come back to it when I finish Doom Eternal. It's weird going back to games that don't have vertical aiming, no aiming on the axis whatsoever. But it sounds brilliant. The work they've done
Yes.
to remaster the music and stuff is like, I'm just going to play it for that. I don't care if the game's not held up very well or whatever else. I'm just going to listen to it and shoot some demons.
It still has this. It still has a charm though. Like
Yeah.
maybe it's a little dated, but it still has this charm. I can't really fully explain, but like everything, the sprites, like everything is just so charming. Still, I really that's what I played for about. I think I played 2 hours of 1 and 2 hours of 2. But,
Definitely is what they were going for, where they modeled the walls of flesh and the demons. They're like, this is going to be so charming.
You know what I meant, you stupid. Keep drinking your wine, all right? God, always have to attack me. I'm that's disgusting.
You
Why
were not
did
the
you do
walls
that?
of flesh, Gamzly. Didn't attack you at all. Carry on.
I'm happy that you called me Gamzly and not Jamzly during this weird segment. Anyways, so I was playing. I played a few hours of both of them, and I find them still fun. I spent most of my time on Ava. I'm more hooked on that game. I think I'm almost finished Hinterberg. That's why I jumped.
Mhm.
It's getting a little tiresome. But that game really did hold my attention. But yeah, Creatures of Ava is very. I said it last podcast. Oh, before Xbox Era had their podcast saying it plays like Pokemon Snap. By the way, I'm looking at you guys, Xbox Era. I did say it before, but it's very Pokemon Snappy. Like I'm just having fun taking pictures of these things and these animals and discovering them and handing them in for skill points and all this stuff. It's just like a fun time seeing the biomes. It's nice. It's a cuddly time if you like cuddly games. Cuddly meaning lying down in bed, horizontal, playing a handheld. It's very good for that. So yeah, that's basically the bulk of what I've been playing, and the service games I've been playing have been League of Legends, of course. Asa, don't get PTSD. It's okay, even though I carried you like 17 games. And what is it called? Oh shoot. Oh, I'm on my WoW grind, by the way, Asa.
Oh, I did some of that.
Yeah.
Terrible.
What? What's terrible? WoW?
The event that they're running at the moment for
I'm not.
the precursor to the expansion that's coming in a couple of weeks or whatever. 1 week.
Yeah. So you played that too?
I had a little look at it.
What don't you find satisfying? Is it like the overall story of it, or is it just like the balance?
I don't want to overly go into the World of Warcraft, but they're doing their bit where they try and push you to end game ready for the new expansion to come out, and it was just not a satisfying way to push through levels. The actual event itself is really boring, and really efficient, and it just left me feeling like, now my character's all contaminated can't enjoy that character anymore because I cheesed it through this stupid event. But also, Dungeons of Hinterberg. Do you remember when I said I would play that? Because you recommended it, and I was like, I'm going to play that. It was a couple of weeks ago. I thought about it, right? I looked at it on Game Pass, and I was about to hit download, and then I watched the conclusion to House of the Dragon, whatever it is, season 2 of that series that Gamzly recommended, and I was like, that was bollocks. This is Brotato all over again. I really cannot trust the Gamzly recommendation. I'm not downloading Hinterberg.
Okay.
So I didn't download it yet.
Listen to me. You watched all of House of Dragons. All of it.
Yeah. Not all in one go.
You watch. I freaking hate you. How could you not? How could you not? Okay. I'll give it to you. The cliffhanger ending was a bad idea. Okay? It was definitely a bad idea of House of Dragons.
Okay, I'm not going to say anything because it's like spoilers and stuff, but it doesn't end on a cliffhanger. It's just boring.
House of Dragons? It was a cliffhanger. It was a complete.
No, it wasn't.
Careful, because I haven't seen any of this yet.
It was a.
I'm not going to say anything.
Full-on cliffhanger, setting up the entire thing for next season, and they shouldn't have done that.
They should have done. They just should have made it good. But carry on.
It was freaking amazing. What do you mean? You know what? I don't like you. All right? I don't like your tone
Jamzly,
right now.
Sorry, excuse me. Jamzly, are you opposed to cliffhangers?
No. It's because, okay, House of Dragons is very like a drama TV series at the moment, It's just family drama, all right? A lot of talking, not a ton of action. They're just building up to stuff. And when you finish the finale off another build-up, that's like, because it's been already a season, like an entire season and a half, let's say, or almost 2 seasons of build-up, and to not end this season with something big, to me, missed the mark. But I'm not opposed to it because I still love the build-up. I still love what's coming, especially with a background that I know what's kind of being led up to, so I kind of have this anticipation to see it in live action. But yeah, they didn't really conclude it with a big punch. They kind of just gathered everything together for a big punch of a season next season, and it's just like, okay, well, that was a little bit of a miss. This would be in the Game of Thrones universe. This would be like a penultimate episode, not a finale.
Fair enough.
There you go. Yeah, that's the consensus around the internet as well. So I agree with Asa. It was a little bit off, but it was good. The build up is very good. They do it very well, but they're not executing properly. They do.
To be fair, we did have seasons like that in Game of Thrones. I remember one season of Game of Thrones started off like full guns blazing because the previous season was all built up. I know that's quite frustrating when you're watching it episodically, but bigger picture, hopefully it'll come back around. Well, it should come back around. But...
No, don't listen to Asa. Don't listen.
I'm an optimist.
It's good.
Sorry.
It's great, all right? If you like Halo, all right, just go watch Game of Thrones. It's great, all right? It's much better than Halo, Headley.
Yeah, so
I have watched Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones was great.
I don't encourage anybody to listen to me at all.
I thought Halo was better than most.
Thank you. See, he's such a...
But at least I'm honest,
Jamzly, you know what you...
Don't
sorry,
listen to me,
Jamzly.
I'll contest Jamzly. Yes.
You know what you do have to commit to. Finish Lost, bro. Just I'm telling you, man.
No,
just
that
fucking
shit.
put
Listen.
yourself through it. Just do it.
Nope, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. And I'm not gonna do it. I'm sure as hell not gonna call fig bars fig rolls. So, anyways, let's continue on this. What else are people playing? Please play Hinterberg. It's actually great. Asa, it's good. Actually, you know what? Don't play it. You just don't like good things. Headley, play it and tell me what you think about it.
After you've done Hellblade.
Your dog just walked in. Your dog just walked in. Oh, it's true. You didn't even play Hellblade 2 to completion yet. That sucks.
Fuck. No, I haven't. Sorry.
Okay. Anything else we've been playing? Or
I
we
did
can move to.
explain. I've been really fucking busy for like
Yeah,
ever.
I know.
It's-
We love you. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
yeah, I
Should
do
we
need to
move on to
finish
the
that.
news, or do we play any more things?
I don't think I played anymore. No, I think so. I'm jumping on Halo Infinite with a friend after the show tonight, but can't really talk about that because I haven't played it this week. So
Mm.
yeah. Oh, I am going to try out Valorant this weekend. I haven't yet, but I've got
Ooh.
a friend of mine coming over for a little games night. Tomorrow is we'll get like a we got a spare TV down that the cloud stick is currently plugged into. Get those set up in the living rooms. Get some pizza. Get some food. Get some snacks. Some good British biscuits. And yeah, gonna play some
Which-
Valorant. So
Don't
I'll
do
let you know
that.
how
Which
that
one
goes.
of you is going to play the highly competitive shooting game Valorant over the cloud?
Oh no, he'll
Don't
I
you
think
dare.
he will bring his PS5 and
Okay.
we'll just cross play it that way. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
PS5.
Fuck that.
PS5, huh? You had to say PS5. You couldn't just
He's got a
pretend.
PS5. Take that
You
up with
couldn't just
him.
pretend. You couldn't pretend it was an Xbox.
I could have done. I
You couldn't
chose not to
pretend.
out of spite, Gamzly. You got me. Sorry, Jamzly. You got me. I'm
It's
never gonna get that
Jamzly.
right.
Yeah. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Valorant is awesome. Valorant. Speaking of Valorant, my God, I can't play Valorant. I started off really well with Valorant, but then as people just started to play it more, like I got all the noobs. When the game came out, I was getting all the noobs. I felt good, and then all the good players started to pop in and murder me, and then I just fell off quickly. I was just like, I can't do this. Anyways, that's it on Valorant. Valorant's amazing, guys. If you're listening to this, hit the thumbs up button and the little bell and share it out, and also go play Valorant right after that. That would be nice. Okay, we can move on.
Okay, let's move on to Krafton have bought Tango Gameworks. That was unexpected, wasn't it? So, how many months ago? I don't know, 2 or 3 months ago, Xbox crushed sentiment by getting rid of Tango Gameworks, who had made Hi-Fi Rush as well as Evil Within and Ghostwire Tokyo and so forth, shutting that studio down to much criticism and confusion among people that loved Hi-Fi Rush. In step Krafton, unexpectedly, to acquire the studio and the rights to Hi-Fi Rush, not the prior IP, not Evil Within and not Ghostwire Tokyo and so on, but yeah, they're buying them, they're keeping that studio going, they're going to continue to work on Hi-Fi Rush as an IP, so we should be getting a sequel. What does it mean, Deadly Headley?
Yeah.
Very, very good news for Hi-Fi Rush fans, first and foremost, because anybody who genuinely did really love that IP, they're going to get more out of it. So that's really positive. It's not going to stop Xbox from being slated by news outlets around the world for doing it in the first place, because why would they stop when it's really, really easy to make clickbaity articles out of them? Yeah, this good news. Good news all around. Xbox are keeping the rights to the Evil Within and Ghostwire Tokyo IPs. So yeah, it's just Hi-Fi Rush that's being looked after by Krafton. Yeah, positive news for the team and for the IP.
What's going on, Jamzly?
What are you thinking?
Eating a fig roll.
I don't know.
Okay. So, are you calling me out for eating a fig roll? I thought he was going to go longer, This was a good topic. It was a happy
I usually
one.
do. Sorry, bro.
All right.
It's like that's all I've got to say.
Yeah. No, when we saw this year, like all the layoffs happened this year and last year and so on and so on, we kept hearing it's because of the pandemic and all this economic struggle, which, turns out to be correct, right? It's just all industries are kind of having this balance act on the backs of like normal regular people, all right? They have to cut these poor people out just to make profit and sustain their businesses. So it was a rough time, but this is proof that someone else's, let's say, layoff is another person's treasure, Xbox might not want to kind of be there, like in that be in Japan as well, they want to be in Japan, but you know what I mean. They might not want Tango in Japan, but somebody did and somebody does, so they got them and helped them up and saw promise in their game and went to Xbox and bought it off of them, and that's it's nice to see because that IP is strong, and without this move, I don't think we would have got Hi-Fi Rush ever. I don't think Xbox really cares about it, but good on Krafton for picking up such a um, gem of a game. Like it was a gem, right? It was fun. Did you guys complete Hi-Fi Rush?
Yeah, of course. I'm always completing loads of games. Yes,
yeah?
I did finish Hi-Fi Rush.
I did not. I actually fell out of love with it a little bit, if I'm honest. I
Like
thought
in
it
the
was
middle?
okay. No. I dropped
Okay,
off
like
it fairly
early.
quick.
Yeah.
It was early. Uh, I kind of have a bit of a love-hate relationship with rhythm games. I think the exception was something like Guitar Hero and Rock Band. I really liked those. The thing that I really liked about Hi-Fi Rush was the art style and the way they delivered that. I thought it was beautiful. But yeah, it's not. I wasn't massively hot on it, to be fair. But there's personal preference. Like I didn't think it was a bad game. It just wasn't really my kind of game.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. I certainly didn't enjoy it when it was on a I dumbed that game down. Like I was not good with rhythm stuff. So I dumbed it down. I put the difficulty down and I just tried to enjoy it as quickly and as, effectively as I could, and I did get 80% through it, I think. I don't think I completed it all the way. So it was fun. It was just it definitely has character, it definitely has charm, right? The music's great, the beats are great, the characters are fun, the sound is awesome, it looks great. Like everything about it is pretty well done. Um, so yeah, who wouldn't be excited to see if you're one of those people that thought, man, this game's awesome. I love this rhythm. Like it's a rhythm game. I love rhythm games and all that good stuff. Then you're probably excited as hell to find out that there's going to be probably a second one, and the
Ask the
studio
question
is kind
again.
of still alive.
Ask the
What?
who wouldn't be question again. You started, you're like, who wouldn't be? And it was really easy to answer, like
Excited?
Phil Spencer, Matt Booty, Sarah Bond, like any of those names.
Who wouldn't be excited? Sorry, I didn't do that. I didn't think I was thinking of it in my head. Who wouldn't be excited? If you're one of these people that love these types of games, it is an exceptional rhythm game. Like in the genre, it is very good. So yeah, I'm excited for it. Having Tango still alive, probably like way cut back. They probably have not a ton of people, right? Do we know the number, like how big the studio is at the moment? Noah. So
No.
it's probably a very small team, and they also said something about capitalizing on the IP in other ways, so we might see a show or something around it, and I think it would flourish in a show, to be quite honest, like some sort of animated TV series somewhere. I don't know, a Netflix or something. It would be quite
That
interesting if
would
they
be
can
really
nail
good
it.
for it.
Yeah, because
I hope
it has
that this
charming characters.
Yeah, I hope that this move makes it significantly more likely that it will make its way to the Switch because I think it will do exceptionally well there. I think it would
Oh
do
yeah.
really, really well.
Yeah, Switch 2 for sure. For sure, for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah,
Uh like we said, it's just one company's bad margin is probably somebody else's sustainable margin. Um we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I'm excited. We can move on if you don't have anything to say. So what do you think about Tango and Hi-Fi Rush 2 and TV series?
I am glad that that studio has landed somewhat on their feet and get to continue making that game. It is a good IP, and we know that they had plans and were pitching a sequel pretty hard. So we know that they've still got that like passion to make it. It reinforces the questions that people had and the doubts that people had around whether Microsoft should be closing the studio in the first place. Because all of the kind of reasoning and rationale that people tried to put behind it, like, oh, Shinji left and they haven't got the people anymore, they can't actually make that game, they're too far away, they speak a different language, all of this kind of stuff. Krafton can do it. You'd think that Microsoft would have been able to, pull their socks up and make that studio work as well. So either Krafton have got a real dud on their hands and they're going to struggle, or maybe Microsoft made a mistake getting rid of them. But
Yeah.
good for the people,
We're
good for the
definitely about to
IP.
find
Hopefully we
out.
get to play a sequel.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
The next topic is a very special one, very close and dear to me. It's not in order, by the way. This one means a lot. I really want to know your thoughts on this, Deadly Headley in particular. EA and NFL are negotiating an extension.
You fucker. Okay.
Uh,
First off, this is
EA and NFL are negotiating an extension.
okay.
That's
listen
all
to
I've got.
Be quiet. Okay. Look, I wanted to talk about this for one. I hate you. I hate you so much. Okay. I wanted to talk about it because I do truly love the sports like titles, and in what was it? FIFA, EA losing FIFA, right? It was EA that lost FIFA's license, right? And they do like the whatever they do now, and I don't know if it's a success or not, but it's a huge deal for competition to have a name attached to it. So I find it interesting that EA might or might not get the license to NFL because it increases in like targets, and even though in the article it says that they've hit the targets they want to hit on it, and they're just trying to, again, renegotiate the terms and all that stuff for God knows how long, and they could have the license again. We know, you know, they're probably going to get it again, but if they don't, man, Take-Two and all these other companies picking it up would be interesting. We know that FIFA is coming in before 2026 again, so we know that Take-Two, was it Take-Two? Take-Two has the FIFA license, right? Do we know that? I think so.
No.
Who has
No.
the FIFA license?
Unless
It's not
FIFA,
EA.
what did FIFA sign with somebody else recently? So
Yeah, that's what we're talking.
FIFA,
That's why it's interesting because
right?
EA lost FIFA, period, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then they were
okay.
trying to find a new company to take the license, and I think Take-Two got it.
Yeah. Okay. So there's rumors. There's rumors
No.
of that happening, but I don't think there's anything concrete.
No,
yet.
I'm pretty
Sorry,
sure.
keep going. Okay.
I should have had the article pasted here, but I'm pretty sure. Chat will. FC is good. Yeah, EA. Okay. Chat knows nothing, but I'm pretty sure somebody else got the license, and there will be another game, and it's rumored to be this year. But there will be another FIFA game coming out before the season starts. So that is interesting and cool for this genre because competition needs to happen to make everything better, and I think that's awesome. And NFL, imagine, EA is huge because of their sports games. So if they keep losing all these licenses, right, to other places, it would be a huge shift. And apparently it was like $1.5 billion, like last contract. That is a huge
NFL
amount of
one.
money. Yes. Yeah. NFL was $1.5 billion for, I think, 5-ish or 4 years or 5. Yeah, 4 years. It's crazy, man. But
This article's a week old, but I'm getting the impression that FIFA hasn't actually been bought. It's just still being speculated at the moment. The only comment that 2K have given is that the just find the exact line. Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick said that any potential competitor to EA Sports FC would face numerous complications. Quote, I would just note with regards to the FIFA license, it does not bring along with it rights. It doesn't come along with players, teams, or leagues, Selnick said. So it's not simple, for example, as negotiating with the NFL or NBA or MLB, where you have where at most you have to negotiate with a league and players association. Yeah, I think jury's still out on whether or not 2K are actually going ahead with buying FIFA, but I can't find anything to confirm that.
The license itself or the name itself. I was pretty sure the name itself, the right of that name to be plastered on a game was already theirs. But I'll redo the research on that one.
And this is I'm pulling this out my ass, so it might not be true. I thought the main reason that they wouldn't renew it with EA was because they didn't want FIFA to be exclusive to a singular publisher anymore.
No.
They got greedy and wanted multiple FIFAs.
The publisher, EA. Oh my god, we should see. This is fun. I'm gonna
This is
redo all
professional
this.
podcasting like nothing
Okay,
else.
so
Global Proof in
one
chat
of
has said that Take-Two bought the license, but they've discovered how many different clubs and brands they need to
there you
negotiate
go.
with, so it might be more trouble than it's worth.
Okay, so they have okay, that makes sense because in the article it was saying that they think that the next FIFA title will be released before this like the 2026 season. So I guess they're
Right.
still negotiating that huge license,
That's a very short time
but
frame for someone that hasn't already got a football game under their belt. It's a reasonable time frame for like
Yeah.
EA, who were just touching up the previous year's game. But to actually make a new
Yeah.
game in that time frame from nothing.
Save as version 2025.
yeah, but the Take-Two has their competitive football game too, no? FC or what was it? Not FC.
Nothing recent. You got Pro Evo from Konami,
recent.
like whatever they call that now, E-League nonsense, whatever it is.
PES?
It used to be Pro
PES
Evo.
is
That's
Take-Two, no?
Konami.
Oh, is it Konami? Okay.
Mm.
Wow, crazy. Oh shit. Okay, so that's even more interesting because it's legit a big publisher coming in with a big license and a big name, and EA not having that is gigantic, man. But I find it interesting for competition, but we'll see what happens. And I want to see Take-Two flex their muscles if they do put one of these games out. But yeah, the NFL thing is interesting to me only because it could really shake up things if the sports game publisher starts to lose the licenses to all these sports games. Like think about how crazy that is for everybody else to innovate and to push things. Because right now, NFL, if you look at the Metacritic, it kind of looks like Call of Duty right now. Like every single game went from 92 Metacritic scores to like low 80s, and now it's in the 60s, So it's going to be nice to see these games kind of have another competitor in the realm to push these things upward, but we'll see.
Nice
We'll see what
and
happens.
confusing.
Anyways,
I might enjoy the confusion because I don't play those games anyway, but it would be quite entertaining if like one year you get FIFA and it plays a certain way, and the next year the license has gone to somebody else and you get it expecting the same, and you get like some potato version of the game, and it just gets really confusing for everybody. That's fine. I'm good with that. Pass that license around, make it unpredictable.
yeah.
Bring back Super
It would be
Kickoff and
nice.
Sega Worldwide Soccer. Trip and Beaver's done a milestone chat, been a member for a month, so thank you for that, and said that EA didn't want to pay the astronomical royalty, which ultimately, whatever
That's what I heard too.
motivation that FIFA may have had in how they want their license held, there's always a price for it. So you're absolutely right. There was a negotiation. They could surely have secured it for a horrific amount of money. And they decided they'd keep that horrific amount of money in their pockets.
1.5 billion for this NFL license. That's like
A lot of FIFA
Fuck me,
sticker
that-
packs.
yeah, a lot of that's it said in the article. I should have cited this article, but it said in the article like the manage what is that league that you open the card packs, like you were talking about it, but
Ultimately.
that makes yeah, that is the sole reason why they could hit the targets, like the actual sole reason they're hitting their targets, which is wild to me. It's not even the sales of the game. Yeah, crazy stuff.
What
So,
hope
I
is
just
there for
wanted
the
to pop in
industry,
and
eh?
out
When
with
people
that.
buy that crap.
Yeah, which recycle, they know, like everybody knows that stuff recycle, like it just gets wiped out the next year. So they're spending like thousands of dollars on these teams, ultimate teams, and they know that the next league and the next time, it won't matter. All of it is wiped out again, and they still do it. It's wild. It's actually wild. I would never do that. There's one microtransaction I would never do, and or kind of DLC, whatever you want to call it. I would never do that in my.
There
I
was
would never do that.
relatively recently, like probably a year ago, there was a legal case where Take-Two were defending the fact that they completely wipe out credits and things from whatever sports games they've got. If they do a new yearly iteration, any credits that you had are wiped out. And they argued in their own defense that like it's just the credits have no value. It's just silly currency for idiots. And of course, you don't get a refund or anything like that. Silly goose.
Oh my god.
It's like,
Oh my god.
yeah,
Yikes.
yeah.
Yo, that's savage. We need to do better as consumers, huh? I think.
Yeah,
But
we do.
yeah, that's wild. Like horse armor and stuff is one thing, all right, Asa? And like completely useless like team things and games that recycle every year is even more mind-bogglingly like useless. But anyway, I
I think that's
digress.
why
That
I'm okay with things like battle passes, where it gives you the same amount of premium currency, if not a little bit more back, because then you're kind
Mhm.
of you're given the option in terms of how you want to spend that money. If you want to buy another battle pass with it, so you know, theoretically you could, if you keep up with the seasonal content over and over and over again, you only pay for one battle pass your entire life. It never works that way, because that's the beauty of
Mhm.
microtransactions. They'll get you somewhere because they'll just incentivize you to pay a little bit here and a little bit there, and then all
Yeah.
of a sudden you don't have enough coins to get your battle pass and you've got to buy a little bit more. And that's
That's
usually how I play games. I'm quite reserved with my currency, but some people will just spank it.
it's the battle passes. They're like a double-edged sword, though, because in some regards there are reasonably fair microtransactions, but they come as like a compulsion loop in and of themselves. Once you've bought that, you are compelled to
Yeah.
play that game whether you want to or not.
Yeah,
So
the thing they're getting from you is your time, and that's the most valuable thing to any service
Exactly.
provider, other than money, obviously.
Yeah, but what's really wild about the sports game environment, dude, is like that company, those games are getting like the best of both worlds. They're getting
Mm.
all the sales for micro like upgrades to their games, and they're getting the monthly and weekly active users and the money consistently. Like it's so egregious. It's so egregious. It plays on so much dopamine, you know? It's that slot machine feeling. It's so crazy to me because it's gone the next like year. It's gone. It's
Mhm.
goodbye, you know? At least in Fortnite you have your skins and your whatever forever. I wouldn't be surprised if they're already well, they're getting the money out of you, so they wouldn't. Why would they do that? But I wouldn't be surprised if the next FIFA game is a continuous game like Fortnite at some point when it
the
starts
only
to
reason
not
that it
sell
isn't is
at
because
full
people are
price.
still people are still buying that
Exactly.
70
Yeah.
quid extra
Yeah,
microtransaction to
that's what I
update the
mean.
rosters. Like,
But that's what I mean. They're getting both. Like
mm.
they're getting both markets, and that's crazy to me. Like it's really crazy that we're doing like we're letting that happen. It's nuts. But anyway. All right. So that's that. I just
That
wanted
is
to bring that
that.
up because I wanted to talk about some sports games for once because I don't really get to talk about the sports game. I
Who's
love
your favorite
NHL.
NFL team? I don't give a shit. I don't care. Just like bring on the next topic. I don't know anymore. It's fine.
I hate you. I hate you so much. I'm a NHL guy. You know,
Yeah.
I do all. My friends do the team stuff for NHL, and it just messes with me so much because I can't beat them. But I really enjoy the hockey games. But yeah. Anyway, okay, we can move on.
Anyway, yeah, go on then. Move on. Next topic. Pick one from your list.
Okay.
There's only one that I
let's
like.
talk about.
Can you hit it?
There's only one that you like. Okay, hold on. Let's see.
Yeah, it's gonna
Gamescom.
be that one, I think.
Gamzly got it.
Oh, it's
Gamescom.
not
Gamzly got
that
it.
one.
Nah, I don't care about that one.
Gamescom. Aha. Okay, well, we're not going to do Gamescom. We're going to save that for last because I hate you. So we're going to, instead of doing that, I'm going to hijack the show. Don't mute me. Don't mute me. I'm going to hijack the show, and I'm going to go with the Rumour stuff. Let's go with Final Fantasy. Go with that.
You see what you did, Asa? You see what you did?
Oh,
I'm kidding.
was
I'm
Gamzly
finding
that
out myself
predictable?
as well.
Is this exactly what I
Ace
wanted
is
to
the only
talk
one
about
who
all
opposes
along?
rumors. Asa doesn't like the rumor stuff. We're fine with it.
Yeah. Well, there's some fun in some rumors. It's a very light news week, boys. So if you didn't notice, yeah. So we're gonna
It
go
gives
into
us room
rumor
to
territory.
do what PlayStation podcasts do and just talk about how Xbox is dying again. Sorry,
Oh my
I'm
God,
console warring on the show. We're not
every
supposed
Xbox
to.
show does that too, man. It's terrible. But Yeah, there's like 2 shows that talk about cool stuff. Let's go with the Final Fantasy 16. Look, this has been flowing around forever, ever since Final Fantasy 16 came out, and they started admitting that their margins are terrible and whatever the heck. And Square Enix is restructuring and have like goals for multi-platform and all that stuff. I just want to lead into the Gamescom topic. Do we see Final Fantasy 16 announced for Xbox in that event?
Okay, so it's interesting that this has come up as a rumor, because I wouldn't have guessed it unless murmurs had started. I actually thought that I did think this was going to come at some point. Like, it was never sort of ruled as a hard and fast console exclusive forever, was it? I'm not sure, but I would expect something like that to be announced at the Game Awards rather than Gamescom, just because Game Awards tends to be a little bit of a bigger show. But actually, in recent years there's been more and more focus on Gamescom, so it's kind of nice that we're getting hopefully bigger shows and better announcements and all that sort of stuff. So if it comes, there's great news for Final Fantasy fans on Xbox.
Yeah. I agree.
It's another game that I'm not going to play, but it's fine.
Oh, come on. No, Final Fantasy
I'm
16,
not a Final Fantasy guy though, man.
Yeah, I know. I get it.
Yeah,
I get
that's
you.
it.
I was in a hype Final Fantasy mood around remake. What was the Asa, the second one?
Rebirth.
Remake, what is it called? Rebirth, okay. I was in a Final Fantasy mood when Rebirth came out. And then I completely I played that a little bit of it, and I was like, okay, I'm not doing this. And I just kept thinking about what I played in 16 before that and where I left off. And I for some reason I got like I got a it just kicked me again. I was like, man, I want to play this on PC. I want to play this on my Xbox. Let's do this properly. Let's do this on a platform that I have literally with me all the time. Like, I have my PC. I have a gaming laptop, a new one, because I destroyed the other one. But I have a new one, and I always have a gaming PC with me. So the point of like getting my PC out and just playing it on lunchtime, it really hits me. I like that. Or being able to play it on like a handheld of some sort, because I have a ton of PC handhelds. To being able to play, it just hit me again. I got in the mood. I was like, man, I want to have this thing where I play, and I can't wait to play this again. It got me hyper, and seeing the rumors is getting me hyper as well, because I really did enjoy a lot of the combat, even though it's not really it's not really Final Fantasy-ish, but I really enjoyed the flow of it. I really enjoy Clive, and that's basically the only thing I enjoy about that game, besides some of its combat. And I wanna reconnect with it, so I can't wait for this game to come out on PC and Xbox, so I can enjoy it where I want to enjoy it. I think it's coming soon. There's so much smoke on it now, right, Asa?
I have not
Like, there's
seen
so
any smoke on
much.
it.
There's so much everywhere. Like the normal insiders are talking, right? And we don't want to bring up all the insider stuff, but every single insider is talking about this more and more frequently all the time as Gamescom comes. It could be just a plot, right? A ploy, a good timing of things, right? Every event they start to hype train it so you get more clicks. But where there's smoke, there's fire. We have the CEOs of these companies telling you that they're going to be everywhere. So come on, freaking just tell me it's coming. Tell me it's coming this year to PC. Tell me it's coming to Xbox. Get me hyped for your game again, because we're all done with Rebirth. Let's give me another Final Fantasy to get hyped about if I haven't played it. But anyway,
I do know, and like at the very least, the PC version was like confirmed from the off, right? We knew it was coming to PC.
Yeah.
It's not really a reason not to bring it to Xbox pending whatever contracts and stuff. So like, hopefully it is. But I've said before with spoilers, I have a very special talent where if I'm like halfway through a spoiler, I managed to switch my brain off and just roll it back 10 seconds or whatever. I do not absorb spoilers, and that same function triggers if I'm reading a rumor. I don't care. Get out of my brain. I don't need you. Rumors, get out of here. So I haven't seen this smoke and this fire, and if I have seen it, it's been immediately erased from my brain. But it's reasonable to speculate that, yeah, that game's, it's viable as a candidate. It could come over. Some people want it. Some people really hated it as a Final Fantasy release, as is always the case with every Final Fantasy release. But, some of it looks spectacular and some of it looks silly. I haven't played that one yet.
Oh,
yeah, Headley's doing that opening night for Gamescom, isn't he?
I think so.
Is that right? Yeah. Don't look too excited, Asa. Careful.
Jesus, that was like the worst ever. He's like,
fucking hell, man. Tell us how you really feel. Yeah, I can imagine this the kind of announcement that might show up there, because it's more of like a multi-plat sort of multi-audience kind of event, isn't it? So yeah, I don't. Maybe it will appear at the Xbox thing, because I mean that kind of
what would
rounds us into the next topic.
Yeah, which is more important.
Listen, you be quiet. I'm getting there. All right. No, don't mute me, please. I'm sorry, master. Okay. Look, I as how I see it is like them not even really being on an Xbox or a stage or whatever. I think they just are there for PC and we get a solid PC release, but then they also just kind of sideload the Xbox thing. They're kind of like, oh yeah, and by the way, Xbox, woo! And then nobody actually cares. But yeah, I would be super excited to see that pop up on any stage, really, because I really want to complete that one.
But if it doesn't, I heard a rumor that Xbox don't have anything else at all at Gamescom. Is that correct?
No, because they've got a whole list of games that they're going to talk about that got published on Twitter today.
Oh my goodness.
So let's talk about that. Listen, no, you know what? I'm not going to let that slick segue go because I want to know more about Asa loving Final Fantasy and not even playing that game. Why didn't you play it?
That one looks stupid. I will play it at some point because Final Fantasy games always have brilliant music, so I will play it for the sake of that and the spectacle. But it doesn't look particularly good, and it also looks like I'm not particularly a frame rate snob, but that game is begging to be played at a high frame rate just because the style of combat that it's got going. So I want it on the PC, and I'm not in a rush to play it because it doesn't look particularly good to me. So I will play it at its best one day.
Okay, cool. All right. So
I've said before, I still love Final Fantasy VII. I consider that a massive fluke. I don't think Square Enix actually know how to make a good Final Fantasy VII game, and they just are lucking out on that particular one. Gamzly, I have a question before we talk about Gamescom, because I just glanced at the top of the document and it says Banjo under games that you've been playing. Did I tune out? Did you talk about Banjo Kazooie? Do you actually play that? What's wrong with you? You're going to recommend that too?
Did you fall asleep during the podcast when I said I touched Banjo last week? I touched him. I mean, I play.
I thought you said you touched.
I played him.
Okay, fine. Carry on.
Yeah, you got to be really careful
Banjo,
admitting that you're touching Banjo on live streams.
He's a fictional character, Deadly. God. Jeez. Oh my God!
Actually, no, you wouldn't get banned for that on Twitch now, would you? It's open season on Twitter.
No, you can touch whatever you want on Twitch.
All you want on Twitter.
Yeah. On Twitch and Twitter. Anyways, point is, I don't know why you segued into Banjo, but sure.
Because you broke the original segue, so I was like, "Fuck it, all right then, go on then." See we can play at that game.
No, I actually, like I said last episode, I did play it and I was enjoying it until like the actual sounds of the thing.
You said that about Crash Bandicoot. You don't know what games you're even playing.
Banjo.
I'm gonna go back. I'm not gonna go back and check, but I thought you were talking about Crash Bandicoot last time.
Did I?
Crash
Sometimes I get them
Bandicoot has
mixed
had
up.
a massive resurgence on Game Pass, by the way. Apparently, it is more popular than Modern Warfare 3 on Game Pass. I saw that
Trending. Yeah,
tweet
it
was
was
about 20
trending.
hours ago. It's trending right now, which is pretty good
Yeah,
for
it's
Crash.
yeah. It was like I said that episode too. I'm like, isn't it weird that Call of Duty isn't really trending? But yeah. Anyway, because everybody already played it. But
That's the
I
thing. Like the vast majority of people who were really, really interested in playing Modern Warfare 3 will have already played Modern Warfare 3, and then you've got that second cohort of Game Pass players who were waiting for something like this. I haven't jumped into it yet, largely because I want to play the campaign for Modern Warfare 2 before I jump into Modern Warfare 3. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
different strokes for
You
different
know,
folks.
it's
That's,
this is obviously
the
very
beauty of it.
anecdotal and not a relevant statistic in the grand scheme of things. But when we play these on the Call of Duty on the community nights and some other nights as well, there's been maybe a group of 12 people playing, and one of them owned the game. The other 11 were playing it because it dropped on Game Pass. So obviously, like, it doesn't mean a lot bigger picture, but there were definitely people, at least 11 people that were only playing it because it was on Game Pass.
yeah.
Mhm.
Cool stuff. Yeah, cool. And if there's at least 50,000 other podcasts doing the same thing, it might even pick it up even more. Okay, let's talk about Gamescom. Deadly, you take me into the Gamescom.
Absolutely.
stuff.
So,
Take me in there.
Gamescom, rather, Xbox has announced that it is doing a set of live streams throughout the course of Gamescom. So there are 3 days of live streams planned, each of which starts at 2 p.m. UK time, 3 p.m. Central European time, 6 a.m. Pacific time, which is 9 a.m. Eastern. Is that right? Let's go in. It's a 3-hour difference between
Don't
Eastern and
ask me.
Pacific. Yeah,
I don't know.
bro, you are closer to that timeline to that time zone than we are.
I don't know. I look at my watch. It says 4:12. Does that make any difference? I don't know.
It means you're 5 hours behind us, so not really, but that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 3-hour difference. So you're looking at 9 a.m. Eastern time, 6 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. UK, or 3 p.m. Central European time. Xbox is bringing the Xbox booth directly to its fans with deep dives, gameplay, and developer interviews live streamed across the 3 days of the show, being the 21st of August, the 22nd of August, and the 23rd of August. On day one, so the Wednesday, which is next week, we will hear more information about Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred, Diablo Immortal. Didn't that die? Is that still
No,
alive?
it's huge.
It's
It's
not.
huge.
Yeah.
That's
Giant in the
disappointing.
Asia. Giant in Asia. It's
Is it?
always.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. hmm
We are going to get another deep dive for Stalker 2, which we should come back to. Yeah, we'll come back to that in a sec. We're getting a deep dive for Stalker 2. Some new info on Atomfall, which is British Fallout. The Starfield Shattered Space expansion. So hopefully we get a release date for that. Age of Mythology Retold, Overwatch 2, Forza Horizon 5, which has got some Xbox fans potentially scared because there are rumors floating around that might be going multi-plat, but again, we'll come back to that. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Dustborn, and more. On the Thursday, we will get info for Star Wars Outlaws, World of Warcraft, The War Within, Fallout 76, Milepost Zero, Towerborn, hopefully a release date for Towerborn as well. The Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road, Fragpunk, Microsoft Flight Simulator, 2 Point Museum. I've been meaning to play 2 Point Hospital. It's very similar to like Theme Hospital, isn't it?
Play
Might check that out
Galacticare
at some
instead.
point on Game Pass. Play what? Sorry.
Galacticare instead came to Game Pass
Okay,
a month or
what's
two back. It's Theme
Yes.
Hospital, but in space.
Nice.
It's
Yeah. Okay. That
a
sounds
better
cool.
take on it.
That sounds like I think that would be a great cloud game as well. There's definitely games that are better suited to cloud, but yeah, so far anything that involves driving or shooting stuff, which, funnily enough, are my two favorite activities in any video game ever, I'm not great on cloud, but that's okay. What else we got? Project Birdseye. Not sure what that is.
Oh,
Kill
that's the
Knight.
most
First
exciting
Berserker
one.
was on this.
For them to bother to
Is
put
it
it on the
actually?
list, well, I don't know anything about it, but they've
Well,
bothered to put it on
yeah,
the list
that's-
despite not revealing the
that's
name
true.
on the list. It's probably going to be
Very, very true.
freaking incredible, whatever it is, or really, really dull.
Mhm.
Um,
Imagine it's just the worst. It's just brotato. It's just brotato too.
And there's a few others as well. And then on the Friday, the big headline titles are Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. So we'll get another deep dive on that, even though we've already had one earlier this year, and we had another pretty nice look at it during the Xbox Summer Showcase. Avowed and Ara History Untold. We're also getting some more info on Sea of Thieves, which is that going to be? Did Sea of Thieves get an update in the Summer Showcase? Well, sure, it had something, didn't it?
Probably, it's usually
A little
there. I
bit.
can't remember.
Okay. But either way, it's a bit of multi-plat news there now. 33 Immortals, is that out yet?
No,
No, they had a
Oh,
beta for it.
it's not.
33 Immortals is that really awesome JRPG looking thing.
Yeah,
Three
when's that
player
coming
coming?
real?
co-op Hades like.
Yeah.
33 Immortals? What am I thinking of? What
Oh,
the
maybe
hell
I'm
is
thinking of
that?
the wrong one, actually. I know the one you're thinking
No,
of,
no,
the
no,
one
no.
with the age where they have to go through the turn-based combat French
Yeah, what the hell am I
RPG.
talking about? 33? No, you were right. You were right, Asa. 33 Immortals is that that top, like over the top
Mhm,
It's the right
mhm.
one.
Hades
Yeah.
looking. Yeah, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
guys. That was a flaw.
We're
Continue.
also getting some more info on Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, which looks sick. I'm really looking forward to that. I can't wait to check that out. Metaphor and a
Refantasio.
Refantasio?
Refantasio.
I'm going with Tazio because it looks
Just
Italian.
call it
just-
metaphor. It's fine.
Yeah, cool. Tales of Iron 2, Squirrel with a Gun, which sounds pretty self-explanatory and awesome. Path of Exile 2, The First Descendant. So that'll be some, hopefully some DLC or some sort of expansion for that. Commando's Origins and more again. So yeah, quite a lot of
Gigantic.
content is being talked
Mm.
about across Gamescom, and that obviously doesn't cover Ace's favorite live show host of all time, Mr. Jeff Keighley's show, as well. So yeah, lots to look forward to over the next week, which is really cool because we already had like a banger summer showcase from Xbox, and some other pretty good shows this year as well. It's a really exciting time to like video games, man. Like
Yeah.
continuing the theme from last year. I know there's always bollocks that people are talking about console wars and crap, but like if you like playing video games, it's crazy how much there is to play.
All
It's
those
a good thing.
games, most of those games, I think like 90% of those games that you just mentioned, just like first off have a very big audience, and also are just they just look fantastic. And I'm so glad that the Xbox has some of these as partners because they're just so cool. Like 33 Immortals is just awesome. Almost in every, but
That's is that Game Pass day one?
33, yes.
That's a good get for them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Be cool.
Yeah. Gamescom is going to be fun. We're going to get a lot of previews, I'm guessing, from multiple people. Very excited previews. I'm really interested in reading all that for sure. There's many things on this list that I can't wait for.
Which ones stand out for you on that list, both of you?
Oh, Jesus.
Project
Said them
Birdseye,
all.
whatever it was.
Okay.
Project
Yeah,
Birdseye.
Project Birdseye. I'll just drop the tweet in the doc, the link to the tweet in the doc, so that you can.
Told
can
you I
pull up
don't
the
use Twitter. I refuse to click it.
Blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
I
blah,
don't blame
blah.
you. All right, cool. I'll send you the Xbox Wire link instead. I'm not going to put you through that shit. Fuck Elon Musk. It's free speech, isn't it? So, fuck
Yeah.
Elon Musk again.
I can't wait for Diablo Immortal, guys. Like it's gonna be fantastic. Oh my god. No,
Yeah.
I'm really. I know that we said that they showed a lot of Indiana Jones, but I'm actually curious about Indiana Jones a lot. I want to see more. I want to see more of a deep dive on it. And I know that's weird, but it's something that hasn't completely sold me yet, and I don't know why. So I need to keep watching it until they convince me it's all good. So that's the one I really want to see as well, even though there's so many games. My God, you read like 50 games in this. It's crazy. Anyways, how about
It's
you, Asa?
yeah, and I mean it's worth bearing in mind like these live streams. It's probably not going to be trailer after trailer. It will be sort of little kind of developer drop-ins or kind of sneak peeks and stuff like that. I wouldn't expect it's not going to be like 3 days of back-to-back showcase stuff. But yeah, it should be interesting. Like if there's anything that you want to find out about any of those games, again, things like dev interviews with the Xbox PR team should be pretty commonplace over the next few days. So yeah, keep an eye out on those, and obviously all the news that's breaking, we'll end up covering it middle of Gamescom week next week anyway. So yeah, should be a
It's
good
gonna
time.
make some cool stuff. As always, I'm just gonna say one more. It's so weird. Metaphor like is still on my mind. I can't wait for Metaphor, Persona, and stuff like that. I mean, I love these games. I sink hundreds of hours in them, and I use them. Those are like my break games. You know, I'm lying in bed, or I have an hour. I have 30 minutes. I'll go through a day in game, and I'll get some stuff done. Meet some new people, have some great stories going on, and the new combat system in Metaphor looks awesome. The style is crazy good. Don't skip this game. You want Xbox to do good with Japanese titles? Please buy this game. Please buy this game because it looks incredible. But yeah, that's another one that pops out. The first Berserker, Kazan is really interesting too. Thursday, August 22nd. Um, yeah, just I mean a ton. There's too much to go through here. Towerborn, though, this is actually one that I was looking forward to this whole time. It's probably the most underwhelming to most people, but for me, I dig Castle Crashers, and this just screams an updated, more modern Castle Crasher to me. So I'm ready for Towerborn. How about you, Asa? What's your favorite on the list here that you're
I don't
looking
know.
forward to see?
I had a look at the website and the list wasn't as immediately available and I got bored clicking. So I've lost the list. I'm looking forward to Project Birdseye because, you know, I don't know anything about it, which actually does genuinely make it stand out a little more from the others that I do know quite a bit about already. Towerborn looks awesome. I'm surprised to hear that you liked Castle Crashers because I thought you only liked nonsense. And Castle Crashers was actually really good. So
I hate you so much.
no, you
I
don't.
like fun. I like the things
This is what
you
I mean,
like,
though. You've got terrible
Asa.
taste. Like,
I like most of the games you like. All right.
yeah,
Maybe you
yeah,
just
yeah,
don't have
yeah.
a varied taste. All right. Maybe you're
I have
the
a
one.
massively diverse palette for games. I play all kinds of things,
Do you?
Gamzly. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I'm
No,
not
you
going to
don't.
back that up.
Don't lie to me.
I think that's probably fairly true. Yeah, I don't know, there's loads of stuff
I
in
just
there that I'm
really
looking
want
forward to.
some. I really want some, just a lot more info on Starfield Shattered Space. That's something I'm really, really excited about. Because I got the premium edition of, or the premium upgrade with Starfield on Game Pass. I've already got the expansion sort of bought, paid for, ready to enjoy as soon as it drops. I
It's
really love Starfield. I'm still really enjoying that. So yeah, excited to get back in.
one of the reasons that I struggled to answer that question, though, when you ask like which games I'm most looking forward to seeing at Gamescom, it's a different question. Which ones am I looking forward to playing? But the way that the Xbox is set up, where so much of it does get dropped into your lap on Game Pass, the marketing for it and the events that reveal it actually don't. I don't care that much for finding out more about the games that I already know that I want to play. So, like, I could do without seeing any more Indiana Jones because I've seen enough to know that I want it, and it's going to be given to me on Game Pass. So why do I need to see more? There's a lot of that, and I'm not saying that to like to piss on it and say I wish Xbox weren't showing so much at Gamescom or anything silly like that. Like I appreciate the hype of it and all the rest of it, but marketing is almost following the marketing is a very separate hobby to actually playing the games, and the bit that I favor is very much getting the games in my hands and playing them. That's what I love about the hobby more so than any of the showcases and all the rest of it. So I know that there's loads of games coming my way.
On the topic of marketing, I think that's the thing that I'm most interested in, especially with Indiana Jones, because I personally I think that Indiana Jones will be a big holiday title for Xbox. We don't actually have a release date for that yet, do we? So I think finding out when that is first and foremost will be quite nice, so that we know when we can look forward to that. But also I think, like I said, I can see it being quite a big holiday title. I would like to see this sort of really kind of made a bit of an example of on box art as well, but you know, Call of Duty could do the same thing. It will be interesting to see how, or if Microsoft does anything to with its either its new IPs or its newly acquired games or new games that are coming out, how it leverages them in a retail space to try and shift more units. Time will tell, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
No, carry on, Gamzly. You talk.
oh, wait.
No, not you. Not you. You talk.
Wait. Okay. Um. Yeah. There's just a lot happening in the Xbox sphere. And I can't wait to play most of the games coming. I just fear with a lot of the news coming out, and they're kind of like, are they running a sustainable thing for Microsoft? I'm talking about Xbox. Are they doing a good job? Will we keep seeing a lot of these games that aren't landing on Game Pass stay on the platform for a long time? How fast will people start adopting them and putting them on a pedestal and really valuing them? Like, when is that going to happen? Because I really want to keep seeing this type of list come out of Xbox, because it is gigantic, and most of them are partners, and a lot of them are not on Game Pass. Like Fantasia, Metaphor, right? That's a gigantic title that if they keep shrinking or whatever, there's a chance that they could, not have the next one or whatever, and they come like an Xbox machine, Xbox Game Pass machine or whatever. So I truly hope that they keep. I hope they have a plan. I hope everything's going well over, because right now, I mean, it's a rough time for games, but also a good time for games, but it's not showing in the pocket area, right? Like, not all these companies aren't seeing money return as they want. So it's going to be interesting to see the shift in the industry and where it goes.
Yeah, and that picture
okay.
is kind of reflective across the board, though. So I don't think
Yeah,
it's
that's what I
kind of
mean.
exclusive to
Well,
Xbox.
well,
Though I know
well,
Xbox
no,
is
well, that's not.
usually that magnet for it might be the platform that dies, but
No.
I think it's okay.
Yeah,
Go
no,
on,
no.
what were you going to say, man?
Me as out. Well, I was just putting that out there. I'm not saying doom and
Mm,
gloom. I'm just saying I
mhm,
hope they could keep their foot on the pedal as they are now. And I
mhm.
hope that the ship is aimed properly and they have everybody that they need there. You know,
Yeah. I think
layoffs and all.
like you alluded to before on the shows that we've done in the past, it's one of those things where like one banger year, one banger showcase isn't going to do it. You need those sort of those repeat hits where um, I think both users of the platform and gamers who currently don't play on Xbox but might have their ears pricked up by seeing showcase after showcase, seeing bigger AAA games launched to a service for day and date. So things like Call of Duty, things like Fable. I'd be interested to see whether or not Avowed moves the needle, because it's one of those things where it's kind of uncharted waters. I think that's where the value of something like Indiana Jones comes in, because like we've said, it's a known quantity. It's something that anybody, whether they've got an Xbox or not, they're more than likely gonna recognize Indiana Jones and then very quickly figure out, oh, this is where I can play that video game that involves being Indiana Jones. It's a pretty easy sell.
Mm, yeah. But that being said, we just named a ton, like again, like 20 plus games that are
Mhm.
gonna be coming out within this year and the year after. So crazy, crazy cool stuff happening in the Xbox sphere that I'm really excited, like Towerborn, that I'm really excited to see flourish. Okay, do we have anything else on Gamescom that we want to say about it?
Oh,
Do you wanna move into the rumored title that might be coming because it could
Well,
potentially link to the Gamescom stuff,
I
or
think
I don't know.
I think Xbox. I mean, I think Asa, what were you gonna say?
I was not.
Oh, you were not. Okay, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could. We could. I think we should rapid fire the rest of it because I
Mhm.
do have a strict little schedule at the moment. But
That's fine.
let's rapid fire that really. Let's start with that one. So apparently there's some sort of IP. We all know already that Xbox's strategy is to go everywhere at some point with most of their games, whether we like it or not, and uh, whether it's just I don't know whether it shows fruit or not. You know, there's that whole conversation going around in the industry. It's gonna happen. Uh, rumors say Forza, so I will say um good. I don't know. I don't really care. Forza seems like it's the best driving game out there. Horizon anyway. So if Horizon goes over there and they show their guns and they show like those 30 or 20 million people that like the other car game, what a real car game looks like, they get more eyes. And that's always good. And they get top dollar for it. And they could sustain their business even more. As I said, I think Game Pass is going to be a huge driver for Xbox, and they're going to use everybody else around them as a mom and pop shop, and that's how they're going to get most of their profit back. And that's what's going to happen until they grow to a sufficient number of Game Pass users to sustain themselves.
Mhm.
By just doing that, and that's going to take a long time. So yeah. Anyways, I think Forza, and that's it. And why not? And that's all I gotta say about it.
So the thing that I do have to say about this is I am still concerned about what this will do to things like brand recognition and um sort of that kind of mentality that, like, at the moment, if you want to play Forza, there's a limited number of places that you can go and play it, and obviously Xbox is one of them. A good mate of mine, same guy who we went out for the stag party with the other week. He recently bought in fact, I've spoken about him on this show before. He bought an Xbox not that long ago because he missed Forza. He already has a PS5, so if Forza Horizon is getting announced for Xbox next week, I can't imagine he's going to be that happy about it because Forza Horizon was a game he really wanted to play, and he bought an Xbox console for it. He's already bought the Xbox. He's already in the ecosystem. He likes Game Pass and he likes what that has to offer. But you know, we're now talking about a scenario that we've hypothesized about, where in an alternate reality where we definitely know that Forza Horizon, for example, is coming to PlayStation. Um, in hindsight, my mate buying an Xbox potentially wasn't a very good idea if that was the game that he most wanted to play. And if he sees Forza go to PlayStation, there's a high chance that because it's the main game that he really likes. He likes other games on Xbox as well. Like, he likes Halo. He started playing Starfield, but Forza was the game that he missed the most while he was playing on his PS5. So it's it's a dangerous game. I think Xbox knows that it's playing a dangerous game with stuff like this if it does end up putting Forza on PlayStation. But this, as we've talked about, is the risk of it's the risk of what happens when you put tentpole IPs on a competitor platform. What are your thoughts on it, Asa? Because Jamzly has fucked off and gone elsewhere. without
am,
telling everyone.
I am myself, and I continue to encourage nobody to listen to me. Okay, so just to get that out there before I say it, hope it has PSVR 2 support. From being honest, wouldn't that be a thing?
That's
like
good.
fucking A.
Yeah.
Obviously, very unlikely as it doesn't have VR support on the PC. Other than that, I don't
Asa
care. It can go to.
finally gets his wish at the death of Xbox.
Can you
as
imagine if that's how
cluster.
it came about? The game comes to PlayStation,
good.
got me my VR support that I've been campaigning for
Would
so
Gaz
many years.
be would Gaz be thrilled by that, or
I wouldn't care either
utterly
way.
appalled
Whatever
and
plays into the console war.
distraught?
So I don't know. But for me, like they are top tier games, the Forza Horizon games. If they go to PlayStation at this point, it's been out for freaking ages as well. That one, like, it came out a long time ago. It has done incredibly good numbers on Xbox and PC already. If you look at their player counts and stuff, obviously we don't know sales because we never do, but player counts and engagement are great. The only, if there is a concern for me about it going to the other platform, is that today, if you play Forza Horizon 5 on Xbox and PC, the online infrastructure is a little bit flaky. And there's not really any good workaround for it, because you have to play through its convoy system, which is, it's a nice concept that you bring everybody into a shared world and you go into your races together and all the rest of it. But typically when we play Forza Horizon 5, someone usually gets booted out when we go into a race. Like it's a little bit flaky. So if you're going to start hooking into another platform, another set of rules, your trophies and friends lists and all of that kind of stuff, they have to make that work. Like, it can't be detrimental to an Xbox player to be playing with a PlayStation player. They can't make the Xbox version worse in any way whatsoever. And hopefully they won't. Hopefully it's not that complicated. But yeah, it's all good.
I think my stance has been said so many times. Again, I think that we are aging out of this whole console thing. Like Xbox sold around 28-ish, 30-ish million consoles at the moment. PlayStation sold less than PS4 at this moment. So that means they're not really grabbing people away from Xbox. Like those 40 million people not buying another Xbox aren't going to PlayStation at the moment. So it's just redundant. They're playing on their Xbox Ones or S, whatever the hell they're doing right now. Like they're doing that, and Xbox is trying to reach them as well and kind of broadening their scope for a evolving environment. And I don't think it matters as much as you think it does anymore. And I don't really care, because Game Pass is going to be the huge platform at some point. So, and the reason to buy into the Xbox ecosystem, especially when Call of Duty is considered, as well as other games are hitting on a level of a PlayStation exclusive, which are now taking 4 to 6 years to hit. So, and we don't even know they're going to be good. We think we know they're going to be good, but we don't know.
It's unlikely they'll be as good as Project Birdseye. Carry on.
Yeah, maybe. And we know that people aren't really buying the consoles for that, So I don't really care anymore. But so yeah, that was supposed to be a quick fire. We can move on if you don't have anything else to say about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like Forza Horizon 5 is still rumored, isn't it? Like I haven't seen anything concrete yet. It just seems to be the game that's floating around the most at the moment. But we'll find out next week whether that's happening. It might all be fucking hysteria again, or it might be pretty accurate. We'll find out. We'll talk about it.
Yep. All right. So the next rapid fire one, I think I want to go to this one here. Don't delete it, Asa. I'll kill you. Some Windows games apparently are popping up on the Xbox store. So there's like this weird.
Yeah, that's not new. That's boring. Who put that in there? That's always happened.
Is that not new?
Yeah, that's always been weird little anomalies where you find a Windows game on the Xbox store and it's PC only.
No, but this is actually reported today with like proof. Oh yeah.
There's always been proof. It's always been real.
Okay, fine. Let's just say, if they're trying to, what I will say is that I'm excited for maybe, hopefully, having a more seamless experience with the Xbox Store and and the Microsoft PC Store. I really want that stuff to be more congealed together and not have their separate licenses and all that stuff. I hope one day it'll be in just this one ecosystem, and whatever I buy on one platform will show up on another one, or vice versa. Whatever, the same version playable on a different device. I'm excited for that, and I hope that happens. We don't have to talk about that, but I hope that happens soon. And we know they're actively working on it. So
the concept was very good. It was around the launch of the series consoles. This was something that Microsoft were pushing quite hard. They really wanted cross-buy, cross-play, cross-everything between Windows and Xbox, and potentially beyond. We know that they wanted that. We know they pushed hard, and we know that almost every third-party publisher did not want that and ignored them. There were very few exceptions. Codemasters did it with Dirt 5, Sega did it with Yakuza, and Microsoft obviously did it and still do it with all of their own games. The complexity is getting a nice consistent experience where they can get that publisher buy-in, because publishers are greedy and they just see it as, you want us to give away 2 versions instead of 1, but someone might buy 2 versions or whatever else. I don't know. Make it a little bit harder than it needs to be. But yeah, something. Stores are a little bit messy. Do you know what's weird? On the Xbox PC app, it's constantly advertising to me. Not advertising, that's kind of the wrong word, but it's discoverability, like Matrix algorithm, whatever. It's constantly telling me on the PC to go and play Evil West. And I'm like, oh, I don't know, that was on PC Game Pass. And I have a look at it, and it's just there for cloud streaming the Xbox version. So there's some crossover. Like, it's telling me on the PC to play games that aren't even on the PC. And vice versa, you do see it on the Xbox.
Amazing.
If they were actually there, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Wouldn't that be awesome? And it's just taking away barriers at this point. You take away the barriers, and players will appreciate that. Publishers won't, but I don't care about publishers. I care about me. So, yeah, I hope that stuff happens. Deadly, anything before we move on to, I think, our community questions, and then we could get out of here?
No, I'm happy to jump straight into questions. Sounds good.
Let's do that then. There was this last one that I said, like, because there's rumors about WB, but I don't want to go into those because I think it's bollocks. And I said bollocks. I'm hanging out with you guys way too much.
Bollocks, not bullocks.
Bollocks.
Oh, you're so close.
So, let's. I don't want to go into that. So yeah, let's do
Question time.
community questions.
Yeah, we love our community questions. Right, let's do it. First one is from the Gaming Crypt. Anyone looking forwards to the Modern Warfare 2 remaster? This is it's a mod of some kind, right? Like a user-generated or a user-created version of Modern Warfare 2. But I thought Modern Warfare 2 was remastered pretty recently. What's going on with that? Do you know?
I can't answer that. No, I can't answer that.
Awesome.
So the Gaming Crypts, I can't say that either of these two are looking forward to it because they don't know what it's all about, and I don't really either because I'm not a Call of Duty person until the last couple of weeks when Modern Warfare 3 dropped on Game Pass and surprised me a little bit by being more fun than I had anticipated. I don't follow them that closely, so I couldn't even tell you if Modern Warfare 2 is a good one. Apart from the fact that you dropped that question in, probably means it's a good one. Sorry, not great answers. But
I'm sorry, Crypt. I'm sorry that Deadly and Asa just suck at this, Crazy.
Right, Seesaw 514 has asked, will you guys be playing Black Myth Wukong next week? Wow. Is that how soon it is? There's quite a lot next week. Gamzly is going to be playing World of Warcraft next week.
Yep. Like, actually, yeah. Well, Wukong is gonna only be on PlayStation at first, right? Not even
and PC. No, it's on PC.
Oh, is it? Is it coming to PC? Oh shit! I actually didn't know that. I'm super happy about that. Okay, so yeah, probably. I'll probably put some time in my lunch schedule for that one then, and I'll play it on my handheld.
That's disgusting. Sure. You disgust me. Why would you play that on your handheld? It's like a
because I can't
showcase.
bring my I can't bring my entire rig to my bathroom.
Bring
stall,
yourself
right,
to your rig like everybody else does.
I can't do that if I'm working, Asa.
Play it after work, before work, around work, when you're at home on a proper screen with all of its bells and whistles.
No.
Fine, you have yourself a terrible time. I will play it properly.
beat Lies. I played Lies of P, all on handheld, and I beat that game. It was lovely.
Would have been
Anyways, continue.
better at home. Anyway, I actually have need of handhelds, but I would not play that game on one. You just disgust me with that.
It's harsh. You disgust me. Anyways,
Yeah.
Headley, you gonna play that game?
No, he's Xbox. He's got to wait.
I have a PlayStation, but I also have one hell of a backlog that I'm just struggling to get through. I still need to finish Hellblade 2. I need to finish Act 3 of Baldur's Gate 3. I still want to jump back on Starfield, but there's too many other games for me to play at the moment. Yeah, my plate gaming wise is very, very full at the moment. So yeah, I'm not going to take on anything else at the moment.
Take that, Wukong. Get out of here. Anyways, okay, next one.
Okay, we got one from Pete. It's a question for Isla. It says, Isla, why did you throw your Xbox out of the window? Isla's not on the show today, Pete. So it was most likely because Call of Duty provided a frustrating experience when she tried to play at the weekend on community games when we were trying to play with it. She tried to join our game and it would not let her join, much the same way as Eradication can't join when we play. Some people are cursed on Call of Duty. I only know this because Eradication had a look into how to fix it and found that there was a fix for the situation that he was in, but it required the Steam version of Call of Duty to execute. He could not fix the Game Pass version of it. So for some people, although it was the PC one, I don't know the whole story, but it wouldn't let her play. Xbox got chucked out the window. Not literally, hopefully, because you still need it to play the other games that we've got coming up. Isla, you can type if that's not, if there was something else that frustrated you.
This is the PC podcast now, Asa. Like kind of like Roundtable.
Wait, hold on. I thought it was the Furniture and Biscuits podcast.
No, that's Roundtable.
Oh,
because you eat food on a round table. Anyways,
that makes sense.
It would make sense, wouldn't it?
It's all messy.
Round table is furniture as well. It's and biscuits are round most of the time. Not always.
Exactly. Fantastic.
Another mystery solved.
This one's not so much a question. It's from Isla. It says, Bedrock Realms have been down most of the day. Thanks, Microsoft. I'm glad that you're attributing blame to them and not me. So we do have a Minecraft realm in the community as well. And it has not been working. So for what reason, I do not know. I think it was down for a surprising length of time, quite a while. But it is back now. So if you like playing that game, you can do so. Isla, Minecraft fans' reaction to Realms going down, struggling for a few days, was a mix of polite patience to entitled rage. How should we feel when our paid gaming services go down for a while? So it's been converted into a question. When you have, obviously Microsoft are very much a service-based company. They've got Game Pass. They've got various games that rely on online infrastructure. You've got your World of Warcraft and things, but also if you want to play your multiplayer, fought to be your friend and all the rest of it. Do we have rights as consumers to fill things if those games aren't available for one reason or another?
I think it depends on the length and severity of the outage, personally, because I think like the nature of live service stuff is that when something goes wrong further up the pipeline, it ultimately has a knock-on effect on the consumer, and it's not always within the provider's control. Sometimes it is, but most of the time it isn't. And I think it, if Xbox Live goes down for like 4 days, for example, yeah, I'd expect something back from that. But if Xbox Live goes down for a few hours, like these things happen, they do, and they're usually brought up pretty quick. But in regards to the Minecraft stuff, it sounds like this may have been going on for a lot longer. Just James in chat has said that FF14 went down for 3 days, and they gave all active memberships 8 free days, which is really, really cool. That's the kind of move that you'd expect to see when, like you've said, Isla, a live service that you pay for goes down. Again, it's the severity for me. It's if it goes down for a couple of hours, like shit happens, it's annoying, but we live in a world where there is too much entertainment to consume within 24 hours. It's
The time where it possibly does make sense to be a little pissed off is every now and again you do get these games that have an online requirement for no benefit to the consumer. So you get a game that has forced online, and then you find that you can't play it because you haven't got an internet connection, even though you were not actually doing anything that required a connection at all. It's okay to push back and make a little bit of noise about that, because there is it's just a thing that goes on from time to time. But generally, yeah, we're not signing up to particular kind of service agreements and uptime agreements to try and moan too much.
The whole online thing with everything is just frustrating. You know, it's just frustrating overall. I don't like it. If I buy something, I want to play it whenever I want to play it. So when I can't play it, even if there's so much other things to be doing, it's not the point. If I want to play this thing and it's not there, I got kind of annoyed, right? And you also lose my attention. So it's always bad and it sucks. This online version of life kind of is nonsense. But yeah, anyway. Doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, because like
That's the
Deadly
trick.
said,
I
there's
know
always
people that have
something
been desperately
play.
trying to lose your attention and been unable to do so. So good to know that it is possible. Next question, please.
I don't know what to say about that one. Maybe I'm going to lick your eyeball. I don't know what else to do.
The gaming cryptos asks, who's getting a 50 series card? I'll be upgrading from a 4090 for no reason. Oh, this is a massive brag. Is anyone else looking forward to the Nvidia 50
49?
series?
It was just
I used yeah. I used to actually upgrade everything I had, like, yearly. I used to upgrade my graphics card, my phone. I used to upgrade my whatever I could upgrade. I used to upgrade every year, and now I'm just kind of I've grown out of that. So yeah, no, I'm not gonna do the 50 series for no reason. 49 is
hope
good
I
enough.
am. I hope that I am. It relies on obviously having a fair amount of like pocket change at that point in time. So who knows? But it would be nice. It would be nice to have the best of everything all of the time. And I am a sucker for buying things. So
Maybe
I hope so.
maybe you shouldn't, Asa. You know what I mean?
I am currently not on PC. I would love to build a PC with a 4090 in it, and that includes when the 50 series comes out. I'd be more inclined to get a 4090, assuming the prices drop. But
They won't.
like the reality is, I'm not in a position to think about getting a gaming PC at the moment. But I would like to. By all means, if you want to help contribute to that fund, then email me and I'll send you some feet pics in return or something like that.
You know, when I said, by the way, I hate to interrupt this, but Asa, when I offered to lick your eyeball, some people do that to clean their eyeballs, right? Some tribes, there's like a witch woman person that like lick things out of people's eyes to help them out. It could help you. If you have a eye irritation, I could do that for you. If ever.
Thanks, Gamzly, but you're in Canada and my eyes are clean. Next question,
How
please.
long is your tongue, Gamzly?
Actually, devastatingly short. All right, next question.
There are no more questions. So, oh no, there is. Gamzly's thrown one in. What am I drinking? A mocha or wine? You know, Gamzly, that I was drinking wine. You saw it.
Sorry, a what? A mocha? Say it again.
No.
Okay.
That's it. So, are there any more? Was that the last question? Have we reached the dramatic conclusion of the show? We have. It's not going to be that dramatic. We're going to do our outros like we normally do. So, Deadly Headley, please tell everyone what you're up to and where they can find you.
So you can find me on YouTube, as always, at Deadly Headley. You can find me. Actually, no, I'm going to plug the YouTube a little bit more first. I haven't made content in a while. I'm really busy and stressed with stuff, but my content's really good and really fun and well made because I'm actually quite good at my day job, if I'm being brutally honest. And I also have a journalism degree, so a lot of it comes from a fairly informed place, and it is very enjoyable. If you haven't watched it, please go and do. You can also find me on Twitter, but I don't really want to be there anymore because I think Elon Musk is horrific. So I know many people, or well, there aren't many people on Threads at the moment, but in the middle of there being an exodus, see what I did there. If you are thinking about not being on Twitter anymore and you would like to follow me, you can find me on Threads at deadly_Headley. I like that platform a lot. I don't use it very much, but I want to because, again, I think Elon is a piece of shit. Again, just there's freedom of speech, so you can suck one. Anyway, that's enough about me, and definitely
jeez.
more than enough about Elon Musk. Fuck Elon
Or
Musk.
lick,
It's fine.
yeah, just lick an eyeball, you jerk. Anyway.
I'd be offering him balls to lick, but they won't be eyes.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Fuck Elon Musk. I'm done.
Asa, I can't tell if Asa wants to die or he wants to laugh. I don't know which one.
I could do both. That's fine. That's how I want to go anyway. So.
Okay. This got dark. All right.
Definitely clipping that.
Cool.
Gamzly.
Yeah.
Your outro. What are you up to? Where can people find you?
Oh my god. I feel bad for saying X. You can find me at Jamzly on X, for all the jam news and where I'm gonna pop up next. Yeah, find me right here every Thursday on the Gaming Arcadia YouTube channel for the Xbox Series podcast at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And for everything else, just look around, you'll find what I'm doing. So that's all I'm going to say there. Thanks for coming. This was a great show. Thank you, Asa and Headley, as always.
Oh, that was nice. I also am findable in various places. And that's it. So that is the end of the Xbox Series podcast. This week, we will be back. There'll be community games at the weekend. The Discord is still the actual place to find me. That's where I like to be. And yeah, thanks everyone for coming through. I'm going to press the button now. Yeah.